At the entrance to tens of thousands of Japanese shrines sits the same silent figure, a fox carved in stone, alert and watching. Often it holds something curious in its mouth, a jewel, a scroll, or a key. Most visitors glance at it, snap a photo, and assume they have just met the god of the shrine. They have not. The fox is not the god. To understand what it actually is, and who really lives here, we have to follow a story that runs for more than 1,000 years, and begins not with a fox at all, but with a single grain of rice. Begin in the 8th century, in a Japan that lives and dies by rice. Rice is not merely food here, it is wealth, tax, and survival itself, the axis the whole society turns on. And so the most important thing a family can pray for is a good harvest. The kami they turn to is a deity of rice and abundance, whose name captures exactly that. Inari, a name long understood through characters meaning rice growing. Inari is not, at first, a god of foxes or of anything dramatic. Inari is the god who makes the grain come up. In an agricultural world, no power could matter more. Tradition dates the founding to the year 711, when, the old records say, the deity was first enshrined on a mountain called Inari, southeast of the capital that would become Kyoto. This is Fushimi Inari, the head shrine of the entire tradition, the source from which all the others flow. If you saw our very first episode, you have already walked here. Those endless tunnels of vermilion torii gates climbing the mountainside belong to Inari. We began this whole series inside Inari's shrine without yet telling you whose it was. Now you know. So where does the fox come in? Not as the god, but as the god's messenger. In Japanese, the sacred foxes of Inari are called byako, the pale or white foxes, invisible spirit foxes distinct from the ordinary animal. The reasons for the link reach back into the rice fields themselves. Foxes appear in the villages in the same season the rice is planted and vanish around harvest, moving with the farmer's own calendar. And foxes hunt the mice and rats that devour the crop. A creature that guards the grain became, naturally, the servant of the god of grain. This is the distinction almost every visitor misses, so let us make it unmistakable. The fox is to Inari what a messenger is to a ruler, the one you see at the gate, carrying word between the human and the divine. The god itself remains unseen, enshrined within. So when you stand before those two stone foxes flanking a shrine path, you are not looking at the deity. You are looking at its couriers, posted at the threshold, forever on duty. Read the objects in their mouths, and the message becomes clear. A sheaf or jewel of the harvest's bounty, a scroll of wisdom, and a key, the key to the granary where the rice is kept. For centuries, Inari stays what it began as, a beloved god of the countryside and the rice crop. Then Japan changes, and Inari changes with it. As the medieval period gives way to the Edo era in the 17th century, the country grows peaceful, cities swell, and a merchant class rises. And here Inari reveals a genius for reinvention. The god of the rice harvest quietly becomes the god of prosperity in general, of business, of profit, of the shop and the warehouse. After all, the logic barely has to stretch. Rice was always wealth. Now wealth simply wears new clothes. The merchants of Edo embrace Inari with enthusiasm. Sake brewers, whose entire craft depends on rice, adopt the god almost as their own. Shopkeepers install small Inari shrines on their rooftops and in their courtyards. Great trading houses raise Inari altars inside their walls. This is the boom that scatters Inari shrines across Japan by the tens of thousands. And it is why, even today, you will find a modest vermilion Inari shrine tucked between skyscrapers in the heart of Tokyo, or on the roof of a department store, watched over by two small foxes above the traffic. The numbers this leaves behind are staggering. By common estimates, of roughly 80,000 shrines in Japan, about a third are dedicated to Inari, on the order of 30,000 shrines, more than to any other single deity. Add the countless unregistered ones on rooftops, in fields, beside factories, and the true figure climbs higher still. One god, tens of thousands of homes, from a mountain outside Kyoto to the corner of a modern car park. No kami in Japan is more widely worshipped or more quietly woven into the everyday landscape. Now return to Fushimi Inari and read those famous gates correctly. The thousands of vermilion torii are not a decoration and not an accident. They are donations. Each gate was given by a person or a company in thanks for a prayer answered or in hope of one to come, their name and the date inscribed in black on the post. That tunnel of red climbing the mountain is, in truth, 1,000 years of gratitude and ambition made solid, a ledger of hopes, written in gateways. The merchant's god still collects the merchant's thanks, one torii at a time. There is another thread we have to untangle, because it confuses almost everyone. Alongside the shrine foxes of Inari runs a whole world of Japanese fox folklore. The kitsune, the shape-shifting trickster fox of legend, who grows extra tails with age, bewitches travelers, and takes the form of a beautiful woman. These magical foxes are cousins to the Inari story, not the same as it. The sacred Byako of Inari are pure servants of the god. The kitsune of folktales are wilder, morally tangled, sometimes dangerous. Over the centuries, the two blur together in the popular imagination, but the fox at the shrine gate is meant to be the faithful messenger, not the trickster. This blurring is why the fox theme runs so deep at Inari shrines. Devotees leave offerings said to be the fox's favorite, aburage, sweet fried tofu, which lends its name to the dish kitsune udon, fox udon. Visitors buy Emma, small wooden plaques shaped like fox faces, and paint their own expressions onto them before hanging them up with a wish. Fox-faced masks, fox amulets, fox statues wearing red votary bibs like the ones we saw at the shrine in episode 1. The messenger has become the face of the whole tradition, the image you remember, standing in for the god you never see. So who, in the end, is Inari? Here is a final surprise, even that has no single answer. Inari is sometimes worshipped as female, sometimes as male, sometimes as an old man carrying rice, sometimes as a bodhisattva, sometimes as a collective of several deities at once. Centuries of Buddhism and Shinto flowing together layered identity upon identity. Inari is less a fixed portrait than a role, the divine face of abundance, able to take whatever shape a worshipper's need requires. In a way, that shapelessness is the secret of the god's success. Everyone, from rice farmer to CEO, can find their own Inari. Step back, and you can see the whole arc at once. A humble rice god of the ancient countryside, a fox messenger drawn from the fields, a reinvention, in the merchant age, into the god of all prosperity, an explosion across the country into tens of thousands of shrines, and a slow gathering of fox masks and folktales and fried tofu around a deity that was never, itself, a fox. Inari's story is really Japan's story. The movement from the rice paddy to the marketplace to the modern city, carried the whole way by a small pale fox with a key in its mouth. That key, it turns out, was the clue all along. It is not the fox's own. It is the key to the granary, to the storehouse of rice, which is to say the storehouse of wealth and life. The messenger holds it because the messenger's whole purpose is to keep safe what the god provides, and to carry the people's gratitude back up the mountain in return. Understand the key, and you understand Inari, a 1,000-year promise that if you tend what feeds you, the harvest, in whatever form your age measures it, will come. So the next time a pair of stone foxes watches you approach a vermilion shrine, you will not mistake the messenger for the master. You will see the key and the rice, and 1,000 years of a god quietly keeping pace with its people. If this changed how you will meet the fox at the gate, consider subscribing. This is Sacred Japan, a series about the meanings hiding inside the country's most familiar sights. Next time, the raked gravel and the single rock. What a Zen garden is actually for, and why it is not meant to be relaxing. Until then, mind the messengers.